Rise and thrive. It is Wednesday, first of the month.
Uh-oh.
I know. I can't believe it's the first of the month. And it's a long month too.
That's
Like that
good.
extra day matters. Like for those of you guys that were like sweating it yesterday and, at your dials and watching that time, um, one day makes a huge difference. So we're going to get started in a few minutes. We're just waiting for everyone to hop on and admitting them. Insane. I'm not sure how many of you guys had a chance to check out the LV bulletin board, but that thing was popping off like crazy. Thanks for posting, Ange. Yeah, like I posted our fire hour post and then like all these I just saw all these rank advancements and like everyone making overrides and rank advancements and I was like, this is insane. It's so cool. It's so cool, you guys. Oh my goodness. I'm like just trying to go through everything and just to like be able to congratulate everyone. Like there's so many of you like literally winning and crushing it. So I'm just gonna start. If you guys have not had a chance to go through LV bulletin board yet to see everything that's been happening, like I highly encourage you guys to because this is what we call momentum. And where a lot of you guys are at is like the best place you could be. Um, so congratulations, Tiffany, 12K. Congratulations, Lumen. Did I say your name correctly? Verge, your payout. This company, honestly, you guys, is so generous. Like, if you guys have never come from another company and have not had any experience before, you're going to see exactly how generous this company is and how much they really want you guys to win and how achievable it is, right? Congrats, Abby. Congrats, Sarah, Odette. Oh my goodness, Joanna. I love seeing all the badges. Like, when some of you guys make these overrides, like you see like all the badges and you're like, oh my goodness, it's so exciting. I'm sure your guys' like hearts were like lit. Gina, Michelle, May, Tiny, the OG. Verge also has the override bonus. Alexis, oh my goodness, just hit 40K and got her rank advancement. I know you're going to be using that money for diapers and baby formula, girl. I see that baby over there. Diapers are not cheap. Um, Congratulations, you guys, though. Truly, you guys have done some amazing things, and you guys are in like one of the Michelle, she re-ranked. I just saw her at Thrivepalooza. Congrats. Um, Raybell, Tiffany. Honestly, I can go on and on. Like, you guys are freaking crushing it. Lilo, Ruby, Lynn, Miss Lynn. I see old faces, I see new faces. Welcome, Brianna. And Ange, of course, with all of our badges, I know there's going to be so many more to come. Like your guys' badges are going to like fill your like banners like until like your face looks like a badge too because there's so many badges around. But and welcome Stephanie. Congrats on your VIP. Uh Yenisei, did I say your name correctly? Um, Congratulations. So you guys, Peter, hubby with that rank advancement too. Congratulations, you guys. You guys are absolutely crushing it. And Goody, so amazing. Your team is growing. And this is literally like what we say about like stick it. Well, Shun said this a few years ago. He was like, stick and stay and you'll get your pay, right? Like sometimes this business takes grit, it takes a lot of perseverance, a lot of personal development, and a lot of like, what can I do and what can I give and who can I add value to, right? Because sometimes you won't hit these things that quickly. You might not, right? Like you see people flying, but also there's like a slow and steady course. There is a keep waiting and looking for that one person's life that you can touch, that you can change and see how many lives they go and change. But the thing is, we all have our own timelines, right? Like you don't get to necessarily choose sometimes your timelines. You can do all the things and sometimes it just doesn't happen, right? So I just want to let you guys know, for those of you, if you didn't hit rank, you were close to hitting rank, you've been here just, kind of doing the do, don't worry, like your time will come, right? But it's how much do you want this and how bad do you want to stay? And like, what are your goals and what are your dreams, right? And what's going to help you persevere through the times where sometimes you see everyone winning and you're not winning, right? And that's okay because you're winning in life still. And it just makes it so much sweeter when you finally, get there, right? But I just want to encourage you guys, like, just to never give up. And for those of you guys in the momentum phase right now, do not let your foot off the gas pedal. It is May 1st today. And like I was saying earlier, like I know a lot of you guys are still hopping on, but like that one day makes a difference. That one extra day in May makes a huge difference. You guys have seen what can happen at month end. Like a lot of volume can come in very quickly out of nowhere, right? So it starts now though, right? Like if you start today, you start now. I know you guys are probably like, just got finished with month end. But if you just start little by little every single day instead of waiting till the last minute, although I know that last minute rush feels really, really exciting, you'll get to your goals faster. But yeah, momentum.
Momentum. This is crazy. This is really crazy. Okay, let me get up real quick. Congratulations to everyone. This is literally just the beginning. Okay. What Crystal was saying is so true. And I wanted to share, when it comes to you starting in Thrive and other people that are getting started on your team, like everyone's a winner. Here's why. Okay. I'm gonna share with you two things right now, and then we'll get into the training. But first, I said this 4 years ago. Like if you're first to market, you are first to profit. First to market, meaning that if you are first in your network in Thrive, automatically you're first to profit. It's just the truth. Just simply because when you look at the compensation plan, like it pays out. Okay. And not only that, but the network marketing, right? The industry that you're in, network marketing is tap and go. It's TIM, touch, inspire, move, touch, inspire, motivate, touch, inspire, make it happen, right? So when it comes to this business specifically, if you are first in your network, you automatically sit on gold. You automatically win, okay? Not just for yourself, but for everyone else that you share Thrive with. And so that's something that I really love about this business is that it's just such a unique time. And so the second thing I wanted to share is that, and that's the urgency, okay? Just to let you know, that's the urgency, that's the value that you have in your hands, okay?
Gold, absolute
Yeah,
gold.
you have gold. Seriously. The second thing I wanted to add with that is there's 4 stages in any business, okay? And these stages, it pertains to every single business, no matter what. So the 4 stages are, and this is specific to network marketing as well, and specific to startups, specific to any business, okay? Like I said, the 4 stages are this: formulation, concentration, motivation, momentum, momentum, and then plateau. And plateau could be either grow or die. Okay. So here's the beauty of Thrive, in my opinion. Formulations when a company first starts, when they're trying to get their idea out, they're creating a vision, they see a dream that they want to pursue, and they don't know how they're going to do it, but they just have an idea. They have energy and they're willing to do the work. They're willing to take action on it and put out their blood, sweat, tears, put whatever expenses out that they want, invest in that future, invest in that vision. Okay. Everyone here, formulation has already been done for us. We didn't do that specifically for Thrive. We didn't do that. If you have your own business, or you started your own business, you have an idea that you're pursuing, that is formulation. Okay. The second stage is concentration. Concentration is when the idea has now taken off. The idea has been started. Someone has put out that energy into that world and got people on Thrive, got people started, right? The business is attaining revenue. So that's concentration. Concentration is now like things are moving. The needle is being moved. It's growing. The business is growing. Concentration is about like 10 million to 15 million to 20 million, okay, in revenue. And it could go all the way to 50 million. Thrive has done that already, obviously, right?
Beyond, yeah.
Beyond that, for sure. Like they've already hit
Close to
billions.
4 billion now. Yeah.
It's amazing. So that's crazy. And here's the thing, though. Here's the beauty of it. We haven't even gone to the third stage in Thrive yet, which is momentum. We haven't even, the company overall hasn't even done that yet. And it's only been, what, 12 years?
Yeah, about 12 years.
It's so crazy. So momentum hasn't hit. Momentum still hasn't hit. Outside of our network, outside of our community, who knows about Thrive? This is the beauty of being first to market. This is the beauty of being in the stage where it's concentration and you're attaining momentum. Everyone who hits momentum, everyone who gets started in concentration and momentum stages, they automatically win if they do the work. They automatically win if they are first to market, if they're first in the network. They automatically win if they just take action and get started. And that's the beauty of timing alone. Okay. That's the beauty of timing in business. The last stage is plateau. This is where companies either grow or die. In plateau, the only way to grow is through innovation. So, for example, in today's world, right? What's happening? What's trending? AI. AI is trending. What companies are not adapting to AI? What companies are you seeing that they're either plateauing and they're dying or they're growing because of innovation? Which one is it? When it comes to social media, a lot of people in terms of business, they didn't adapt to social media. So then they got pushed out of the market simply because their brand wasn't strong enough or relevant anymore, right? So that's part of innovation. So when it comes to your business, here's the beauty of it. Formulation stage one has already been done. The products that we have, the Thrive products, the product line, right? It's a premium grade product line that is innovative and continuously expanding simply because of the visionary of the company, the leader of the company, right? That is huge. The second thing is concentration. Right now, in my opinion, we're between concentration and momentum. And the reason why it's because what the company's been going 12 years. It's not a legacy company just yet, right? Legacy company is probably like 30 years. It's still over the decade. It just hit over the decade. So there's still room to grow. There is still opportunity for the masses. There are still so much more chances for people to change their life and get started. And that's the beauty of it, is that concentration and momentum is not there yet. We're still in concentration. We're still gathering the energy. We're still helping other people get started. There's so many people winning because it's still in concentration as well, right? The beauty of this, again, just to harp on it, is that everyone who gets started with you in Thrive today and moving on for the next at least year or two, concentration, concentration. That's why when I said 4 years ago, stick and stay, you'll get your pay, it's because concentration, it's still in concentration mode, right? And that's the beauty of like the three stages, right? It's either the dabbler, the stressor, or the master. You can be in one of the three positions. Like, obviously, don't be the dabbler because that's why you see people fall off. That's why you see people hop to other companies. That's why you see people like have shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, don't be like that, right? And the stressor, the person who is, you've been in Thrive for a little bit, or you've been like going after your goals and dreams, and it's not happening just yet, keyword,
Yeah.
right? Well, guess what? Like, don't worry about it because you already won, right? You're first in your network. You're first to market.
Yeah.
You're sitting on the gold. So right there with the stressor, it's just mindset, it's personal development, it's leadership development. It's working on yourself. Fire hour, all the power hours, everything, being around winners, right? That's mindset. I learned this from a billionaire, okay? The billionaire told me this. They said mindset matters. Two words, mindset matters. So if a billionaire who has financial success, right? They're saying mindset matters. Why not us? Right? Why not you? That's part of why we have leadership training, leadership development. Okay. So that's the stressor, though. Okay. The third person is the master, the one who just understands that they're on the journey. They understand that the destination is the journey. They understand that you already have something in your hands. You already have a future that is possible for yourself. And that's the beauty of being able to understand what you have in your hands. Okay. I just wanted to share that because momentum is here. And you know, momentum is coming like this. It's continuously rising. Again, you know, keep on going, like double down on this. Don't let the momentum stop. John C. Maxwell, he talks about the laws of leadership, right? And he says that, you know, the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. And he says, when you have momentum, one of the things he talks about, when you have momentum, the biggest mistake that winners make is when they have momentum, they stop doing what they were doing.
Mm.
They stop doing what was helping them create that momentum. They stop doing and pouring the fuel on that fire to continue momentum going because they feel like they made it. They feel like they hit a goal and they're like, oh, well, I don't have anything else to reach for. So I'm just gonna, you know, get distracted now. No, don't do that. That's a mistake. Mistake to avoid, right? At all cost. Right now, momentum is here. So guess what? Momentum for you in your business. And I'm telling you right now, too, if you don't have the momentum, you don't feel that right now, borrow the momentum from everyone else.
Yep.
Right? Angela says winners keep winning.
Yep.
Yes, 100%.
There's never like a destination. Like I always tell people, like, may you never reach your destination, because the thing is, like, if you feel like you've reached your destination and you've done all that you could, you're going to get to a place where I feel like you might feel complacent. Maybe it's just me and maybe it's just a handful of us, but the thing is, like, life is ever evolving, ever growing, as are you as a person, right? And if you don't have that next goal to go for and you don't have that purpose to keep going, then like, what are you going to do? Right. Like, I mean, some people are complacent and that's fine. That's their life. If they're happy, they're happy. But like for us, like, I just don't think we're a group of people that are ever just going to be like, okay, great. I hit this goal. I'm done. Bye. You know what I mean? I think that we're always learning and growing and evolving and always wanting to see that next version of us. Right. And so, you know, may you never arrive to that destination, because the journey is the destination, and the journey of your becoming and who you are and who you're going to be. You're going to look back and you're going to be so proud of yourself. Like this morning, I was thinking to myself as I was taking like my jumper cables, I was taking step one, I was like, who would I be if I never like took these vitamins? If I never said yes, if I never reached out to Jackie and was like, I don't know what you have. It seems legal and I need more energy. If I could lose 5 to 10 pounds, great. Like, who would I be if I did not take those vitamins? If I did not, you know, take that chance on myself to just be like, I'm just going to do this for me and like see what happens. Like, no one wakes up like, I'm going to be a network marketer. You know what I mean? Like, no one wakes up saying that. We don't. Like, but, you know, everyone wakes up saying that they wish they had more energy. They wish the brain fog would clear faster so they can move on, that they can manage their weight or whatever. Right.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, if you have children, maybe they will say, I want to be a network marketer.
Well,
Like,
our kids thinks it's really cool, right? I know a lot of you guys have kids around too, and like they know what Thrive is, they know what Thrivers are. We do family friendly events, you know what I mean? Because would it wouldn't you want your kids to grow up in an environment where everyone's positive and supportive of one another and, you know, going after goals and having something to talk about in life, right?
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's just so many elements that make this company just an excellent place to be and to be a part of as well. And so that's the beauty of it. But okay, let's talk about momentum, okay?
Yeah.
Momentum, because that's what the focus is on. And so again, right? Stick and stay, you'll get your pay. And if you don't get to the next event, okay? It's not Thrive-palooza, like destination events, all right? Everyone here, I don't know if they announced it yet, the next Thrive-palooza.
They didn't announce
And
where.
then okay,
Yeah.
they didn't announce where, but where do you guys want to go? I just quick question, super random.
Super random.
Which one, Nashville or Nashville? Just kidding.
Goody says Salt Lake. And yes, if it weren't done, we wouldn't
Oh,
have anything to look forward to. Yes.
Salt Lake was,
Tiffany says Vegas. Andrea says Nashville or ATL.
you know what? Salt Lake, Utah. That was the very first convention I ever went to in 2014. 2014, I went to convention. It was called Breakthrough, and I literally had so many breakthroughs that changed my life because This is what convention did to me, okay? In 2014. It ex just in super simple sentence, then we'll move on. It expanded what was possible for me. Okay. It expanded what was possible for me. The reason why it's because here's a question. Okay. What is the biggest room in the world? The biggest room in the world. What is the biggest room in the world?
Never heard you ask that before.
The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement, right? So the thing is, like, when it comes to your vision, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your dreams, like, how big do you want to dream? How big do you want to dream? It's anything is possible if you can imagine it, if you can see it. Anything is possible. And so that's what convention did for me. Okay. That's what getting to a place where other people are dreaming big. They're dreaming big. They're not holding back. They're not thinking about what my friends or family are thinking. They're not thinking about the haters thinking about what I'm doing. They're not thinking about any of that stuff. They're literally just laser like focused on their dreams. Laser like focused on their vision, expanding it, expanding what is possible, right? That's what convention did for me, okay? So that's why I encourage every single person, even if you're not building the business, every single person needs to get into a room where people are dreaming big. Does that make sense? So with that being said, who's going to the next convention? All right. Who am I gonna see over there?
I feel like this, like Thrive-Palooza was like this year was one of the best. It really was. There have been a lot of great ones and they're always great, but this one was like one of the best ones. And so I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys, you really, really couldn't go, and that's fine. But get yourself to the next one. Like, make it a point to get yourself to the next one and actually think about it now. Start saving for it now. Start planning for it now. Put it on your vision board that you're going to be at the next one, because there's a thing called energy transfer, right? So if you're surrounded around a bunch of people who are hitting that momentum stage, who are on fire, who are dreamers, believers, and they're just doing the damn thing, like, you are going to their energy is going to transfer to you, and you're going to feel that momentum, you're going to feel that fire, and you're going to feel that belief. You have to believe in yourself, right? And if you don't quite believe in yourself or don't know yet what you don't know, borrow that belief from other people. Borrow that belief from people who are like, I had no idea what was going to happen. Like, I just thought that I was going to take this and feel better. I didn't know it was going to turn into a business. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to believe, you know what I mean? There's people that have been here for a year, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, and they're still here, regardless of hitting a rank or not. It's honestly who you become in the process. Like, that is the real beauty of the business, to be able to work on yourself and have a compensation plan attached to that. And when you do hit momentum, do not take your foot off the gas pedal. It is much harder to start over again and to go, than it is to just kind of keep on going and figuring it out, right?
Yeah, and so to wrap that one up, right? The quote, okay, if you're taking notes, the quote and the framework is keep your foot on the gas. Keep your foot on the gas. Keep your foot on the gas. The reason why you just don't stop. So it says yep, Rodney, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
100%.
Save and go VIP. VIP is where it's at. Back in 2019, my first Thrive-Palooza, I did not do VIP, but luckily, like, Jackie saved us a seat right behind VIP. But it's very different. It's very different.
Yeah. Alex, I love the notes. Love the notes.
Thank you, Alex.
Oh, congratulations. The next, again, okay, so this is a tip for our leaders, okay? Everyone who doesn't have a team just yet, right? As well. Everyone that gets started with you, one of the first things that you should talk about as well, like during the blueprint process, is the event, is convention, is the vision, the destination event, right? Every single year, the destination event.
Yeah.
The goal is to get as many people on your team winning in that same room. So that's one thing to touch on. Like, if you're not talking about convention, if you're not talking about Thrive-Palooza, if you're not scheduling that out, saying like, this is where we're going to be, this is where all of us will be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, add that to your list. Okay.
That's big. That's really big.
Yeah.
When you're starting with somebody new, like already plant that seed, like,
Yeah.
hey, once a year we all get together. It's a great time. So start thinking about it now. It's every single April. Start thinking about it, saving for it, and planning. If you have kids, who's going to babysit? And so when you
Yeah.
plant that seed, even if it's a year from now, which it is a year from now, people are already going to know, okay, so a year from now, I'm going to go somewhere, right? That's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's important. Okay. It's just part of business as well. But the thing is, again, right, what I said before, like you don't know what's gonna change your life. You don't know what you're gonna hear in convention. It could be just one sentence.
Yep.
It could just be one discussion. It could be a picture. It could be someone giving you a gift. It can be something that changes, that it just sparks something that inspires you to take action. It sparks something that ignites a movement within you. It's one decision. That's it. But right now, right? I know some people, I mean all people, right? We all have something called apathy, right? We succumb to apathy. Apathy essentially just means that human beings become lazy at a certain point in time,
Thank you.
okay?
I was asking in my head. Thanks. You
So,
probably saw that puzzled look in my
yeah.
face.
So, but with that being said, like the opposite of procrastination and indecision is just scheduling out, getting organized, right? Writing out some steps for yourself to get to
Yeah.
that place,
Yeah.
right? To make that decision, to get yourself in the room. Okay. So again, like this is part of momentum, okay? Because everyone, I know we're all winning and all of us here are winners, right? So momentum, right? Part of momentum, part of creating momentum is concentration, right? What is something that you can take action on that's going to help concentrate the momentum, concentrate that energy? And then that way, when you put it out into the world, it comes back to you tenfold. And it's positive energy, right? It's good energy. It's good for your business, good for your fulfillment within because you're helping other people change their life
Yeah.
or making an impact in their life positively. And also, like, you just look at the stories, right? Look at the stories, not just on the financial side, but, mindset, wellness, health, everything else in between, right? And not only that, again, like being able to make the vision of your future possible. Okay. It's possible. It's the beauty. That's what Les Brown says. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. He says, it's not over until I win.
Yeah.
Right. It's not over until I win. Right. When does the baby stop trying to walk?
Never.
Never.
Never. It
Right.
doesn't matter if another baby walked before that baby. It doesn't matter if, all the babies around them are like running. They still go for it. And I think it's the difference is they don't get in their head. They don't get in their head and they don't compare like, well, that baby started walking before me. So I'm just gonna quit and never walk,
Yeah. You
right?
just got to keep going. Boom, boom, boom.
And yes, congrats, Rachel. I just saw that in the bulletin board. 100% payout ending April over 2,500. 2,500. You're on your way. Healthy growth. This is sustainable. You move with grace. You got this. Trust yourself and the process, and you're becoming. Yes.
Yes.
You guys, this is huge. Like we're all winners. First of all, we made it to the egg, so we won, right? There was millions of us. We made it to the egg. So you're all a winner in my eyes, no matter what. Okay.
Okay, so let's make some tips real quick for like adding more fuel to the fire, right? But again, it's everything that your leadership and the people that you're running with is sharing with you. Okay, when it comes to tips of success, it just double down on that. What you did to get you to this goal, whatever goal you've achieved, right? Double down. Double down and don't worry about new things. Don't double down and don't worry about like trying to innovate because there's already a proven blueprint. There's already a proven process, right? Go ahead. Go on.
Angie, on your way to 12K, healthy growth. You're on the way. You take so much action. Proud of you. Is this so I think that's the Angie that I spoke to yesterday, yeah?
Nice.
Sorry guys, I'm kind of like under.
No, it's just mindset. Just kidding.
I'll remember that the next time you tell me that you need some loving.
All right, congratulations.
Yes, Angie. 12K is huge. That's a fun rank. That's a fun rank to be at.
Oh yeah. Yes, Angela says it's about a healthy journey.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, sometimes you guys can fly through really fast and crash really hard. I hope you guys never crash really hard, but if you do, it happens. It's normal. It's fine. Get up, dust yourself off, and like go back again.
Yeah, and actually one thing, because you just reminded me.
Yeah.
So this is super important, okay? This is why it's important for yourself to establish milestones, okay? So who here has ever, dreamed of something and they've actually achieved it, and then after that they were like, well, what should I do now? Right? It could be anything in your life. The purpose of this, it goes back to momentum again, okay? Like when you have momentum and you achieve your goals, like the biggest mistake that winners make, I've made this before, okay, is you hit it and then you don't have a bigger vision for yourself to pursue. You don't have the next thing that you want to check off your list. You don't have that next milestone that you're going after, okay? So I want you all just to know this. Like, write it out. If you don't have that next milestone for yourself, then make sure that you do. Because I'm telling you right now, this is what Crystal just said. Like if you're going hard and you're running and you have so much momentum, right? So much momentum.
I
So,
wonder if they see those things.
do you guys
Do you
see
guys
that?
see the fireworks? It's funny because sometimes we'll make signals and then there's like these or is that them pressing it? I don't know.
No, it's Zoom.
I don't know. It'd be really funny if they didn't see the things that we see when we go like this and like the thumb goes up and
No,
then
they
they're
see
always
it. They
like,
see
"Why are
it.
you doing that?"
Andy says they see it. Okay, so when it goes to momentum, right? Like have that next goal that you're gonna hit, have the next milestone that you're gonna hit, just simply because you want to avoid that crash that she was talking about. Like you don't need to have that crash, but life happens in mysterious ways. So if it happens, it's okay because there's a framework again, right? Life happens for you, right? Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you,
Yeah.
right? So that's what you want. Like, just keep on like the positive reinforcement for yourself.
It's like if you get knocked down 9 times, like, are you going to get back up the 10th time? Like how much
Yeah.
resilience do you have as a person, right? Because the person with the most grit, the most persistence, and the most resilience is the one that's always going to get to their goal, right? Like
Yeah.
they're going to become someone they didn't know they can become because no matter how many times they, fell down, they kept getting up, they kept getting up, and they kept getting up. And I think what happens in life is sometimes people just stop getting up. They just stop getting up and they get complacent. And they just kind of become complacent and okay with things. And if, they're happy, then they're happy. But if they're not happy, then it's time to get back up. Um, and yeah, like it's mindset, right? Like you said that once you achieved a certain goal, you were like, okay, great. Like I think I've made it. I'm good. And but another thing is also like it's not only that and not having another goal. I think it's also like sometimes you just get a bit stuck. And may not necessarily be you don't have another goal. It's like you start to question yourself, right? I
Hmm.
think some of us
Yeah.
start to question ourselves. We start to question our worth. We start to question if do we belong here? Like, am I worthy of this? And did I really do that? And you can get in your head sometimes, like no matter how successful you become, right? And so you just have to
Yeah.
check yourself and check yourself quickly and let yourself know, like, I am worthy. I do deserve this. I did put in the work and I'm going to keep going, right? And just start like focusing on other people. Like what I've seen throughout this business time and time again is like the momentum hit when people weren't really thinking about themselves in a way, right? Like
Yeah.
obviously it's important to take care of yourself and to love yourself enough to do things for you, right? But I see momentum hit when you're actually not thinking about yourself. When you're thinking about like, how can you help somebody else? Like, how can
Mhm.
you help so and so achieve this goal? Like, you actually know your people. You know their names, you know their struggles, and you know what they want. Because as this community, we're very open and honest with each other. We're like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. This is what I want. And it's like, okay, I'm here to cheer you on and support you wherever you need support, right? And so I think that's the beauty of it is that like I think humans in general, like we're all good. We're all born with goodness in our hearts, right? Like we're all born with the want and desire to be of value, to be of service and to give. And so in this business, you can actually do that while a compensation plan is attached. And I know that it's not normal to actually enjoy your job and to actually be compensated for helping others, maybe, unless you're like a nurse, right? Which a lot of you guys are. So that's why this is so natural for you to help people just, because you're givers. But it's like you can actually get paid out by helping people get to their goals, right? And how good of a feeling is that to actually do something you love and be compensated? Because when you're compensated for doing something you love, you get to do more of what you love. You get to give more without taking from yourself, right? And making sure you are also taken care of at the same time. And that's perfectly fine, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to add that tidbit in.
No, it's 100% true. Like you're like this is just the best setup, really. It's the best setup for a business to pursue for sure. Like it's yeah, Crystal and I were just talking about it, like the other day or like throughout the few days. It's like she was looking at like financial paperwork and she was telling me, gosh, like Thrive is so much easier.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to add in because you were talking about a business and you were talking about like formulation, getting started, the idea. Like, okay, you guys know we have a business background, right? Like I've acquired businesses that were already started, which by the way are my favorite because they're already started. And I've also done startups where like I had to be the one like, okay, what do we have in place? What licenses do we need? Like how much money do we need? What do we need to buy? How are we going to sell? And so, Shen and I have been a part of many, many businesses, right? In like the seven figures and like eight figures, right? And so this is by far like one of the easiest businesses you'll ever be in where you can be compensated as if you were a business owner without having to take on so much liability, right? Like if you've never been sued before, like in business or in life, like you don't want to be there, right? But anyways, different story for a different time. This business is so simple. All you have to do is share. And every day of your life, you guys are always sharing, right? Like if someone is like, "Hey, I don't know what to eat for dinner tonight," like what should I eat for dinner? Well, either my fresh meals, right? Or like, oh, I went to this place the other day and, you should eat this and that. We are always sharing. And so why not share and actually be compensated for it and not have to worry about the business side of like the financials of the insurance of operations of people hiring, firing, training, retaining, recruiting, sales, revenue, ads, market. Like you only have to share and market yourself and ask yourself like, who needs this? Like it's so simple. And then you funnel it in and the company already has everything fulfilled for you.
Yeah.
Like it's the most simplest business. And like literally there's times where like we're working our other businesses and don't get me wrong, like I love business. I have a passion for business. So it doesn't matter what business. But there are times where I'm like, oh my goodness, Thrive is so much freaking easier than like all these like legal paperwork and numbers and financial statements that I have to look through or like,
Yeah, it for sure is a lot, but that is education, okay? That's just education for those who don't know,
Yeah.
right? If obviously you're in Thrive. So with Thrive, you don't have to worry about that back end, right? You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about all the things that we're talking about because that's the beauty of the position you're in. It's because the company, the corporate side takes care of all that for us, right? That's the beauty of it. So that's why what, like, ask yourself the question, like, what is your intention with Thrive?
Yeah.
What is your goal with Thrive? What is the vision that you have? Right. And again, you can imagine whatever you want. You can dream up whatever you want because it's just possible. Okay. It's possible. If you don't first believe it, though, okay. If you don't first believe it, it's not going to happen. It just won't happen because you're not believing it. It starts with belief. It starts with belief. And if you're able to see it, one of our really good friends, he always tells me this. He says, like, how do you manifest? How do you create something and make it your reality? And this is what he says too. He says that like the biggest people who have changed the world, right? Who have changed the world, they've moved the world around. He says that they had a vision that was so big, but they were able to see all the steps to that vision. If you're able to see all the steps to your vision, why wouldn't it be happening? Why wouldn't it happen? Right? Alex says the best part is when you're not feeling it that day and don't feel like posting, just repost someone else's reel or ask them to tag you in a story.
And that's the beauty of this community. You guys, we have each other, right? Like we have each other. You like lean on your community for support, you know? That's what we're all here for.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're not in business by yourself here, you know? But that's true. Like I really love that because and have evergreen posts. Yes, it's true though. It's you can lean on everyone else. So what Crystal was saying, when you're if you're going through the motions and you're not feeling like fired up, well, guess what? Like there's basically three steps. Step one is get yourself on a Zoom call. Okay. Step two, because you got to plug in. You got to make sure that you're in the room to receive the energy, just to be in that energy. This energy will lift you up if you're feeling down. Okay. That's step one. Step number two, step number two is you have to talk to someone. Like
Yeah.
talk to someone that is, your partner, your accountability. That's why I talk about accountability partners. You just never know when life's going to hit you for whatever reason. So having accountability partners is super important for your journey, right? Again, you're not in this by yourself. You have an entire community. Lean on the team, right? Lean on the team. And not only number three, okay? So number one, get yourself in the room. Number two, talk to someone, right? Connect with someone who is an accountability partner. And number three is personal development. It's mindset. It goes back to mindset. Without everyone here, right? You're going through life. Like the only thing that you have is your mind, is yourself, right? You have tools, you have access to social media. There's no excuses. The only excuse is the one you give yourself. So don't be that person when you know better. Don't be that person when you have the capability to just take action on it, right? Again, just for everyone to be clear, right? Like YouTube it, like YouTube Jim Rohn, like YouTube Mindset by Carol Dweck, YouTube personal power, like YouTube something that's going to help inspire you,
Yeah.
right?
Something or someone, like we're all each inspired by a different leader, a different teacher, whatever. Like just anything that you know is positive and it's going to get you out of that funk, right? Sometimes you can get out of your head and just put on some AirPods or put something on speaker, whether it's music and you just move your body around and
Yeah.
dance around like no one's watching and just shake it out. Or like listen to something that's really good that you love doing, right? Because our brains are actually hardwired to keep us safe, right? And so, in order for our brains to keep us safe, sometimes we look for safety, right? Like we don't dream, we don't believe, we don't imagine, right? We don't stay in that state of mind where we're like envisioning things. So, like if you ever feel down, like reach out to a leader or put something positive on in that moment just to get yourself out of that funk, right? Like the faster you can get yourself out is the quicker that you can move on from it and you start to develop a better habit for yourself.
Yeah, and like one thing that you can do is just be positive, like be grateful, right? So like
Gratitude.
yeah, gratitude. Have gratitude. Like practice the gratitude. But like when you're talking to other people, like just by you acting as if, okay, whatever feel if you're feeling like down, like acting as if you're positive will naturally like shift you more towards that. Okay. And you want to be that person, okay? If you're not thriving like in your business just yet, then guess what? Like look at yourself first. Like look in the mirror, like ask the real questions, like say, like what is happening, like what do you want, like check in with yourself, right? That's what you were saying, like check in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it's just important, it's just part of the process, right? And don't compare. Comparison is the thief of all joy,
Yeah.
right? So never compare your journey to someone else's, because it's mindset, it's just mindset, it's perspective shift, okay? So yeah, check yourself. Yes.
What is that song? You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
uh,
Is that am I too old?
I don't know. You're not,
You
but
know that song?
yeah, I do.
I know you're not I know you're younger than me, but like you know that song though, right?
I know it. Lena says, if you guys haven't read or audiobook, check out the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Families. Oh,
Oh, interesting.
what? You may have seen other series of self-development as well. For families though.
I
Okay.
haven't seen the family
Yeah,
one.
that's dope. Thank you. Well, check that out. That's tight.
I'm
So
looking
okay, let's
forward.
let's just shift to like just tactics real quick.
Yes.
Is when it comes to like building your business, like there's basically, so with everything we said, right? Like we don't have to worry about the back end. So
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
the position that you're in, right? The job for Thrive, it's just this. It's It's three steps, okay? It's marketing, it's amplifying your marketing, and then it's helping people get started on Thrive. That's it, okay? So it's really just two steps, but it's just one step. It's get people on Thrive. But
G-pot. You're a winner if you G-pot.
yeah, but like, marketing, right? We have social media. So marketing, how do you elevate your marketing? How do you elevate your marketing game? I didn't get a chance to get through my DMs, but I know that there was a few questions actually about like marketing and branding. And I know that with Verge, like she was asking me questions about at Thrivepalooza for marketing specifically, like how can she market herself? How can she like, just focus in on her personal brand? And I literally I just asked her a few questions, okay? So I'm gonna ask you the same questions. And this is just for anyone who is going after like their personal brand, like growing it, like actually growing your brand online, okay? If you're posting on Instagram or whatever platform, but specifically Instagram, I'm gonna talk about because that's just what I specialize in. But if you're focused on Instagram and you're growing your business through Instagram, everyone here is building the personal brand then, okay? And the personal brand, like the way I learned it is before social media, I was a b-boy, okay? So I was breaking and I was competing actively. And so I was able to learn about how to actually activate my personal brand and how to get my brand out there, how to get people talking about me when I was not in the room. I remember one time I went to Las Vegas for just a competition, or even just a trip. I forget what it was. And there was a guy from Germany, a b-boy from Germany, and he saw me and he came up to me and he took a picture with us and he said, "Bro, you guys inspire me." And this guy's from Germany, never met ever. I was not There was no social media at the time, except for YouTube, right? And people were just posting like the battles on YouTube. And so that was just one form where, because we did the work in person before social media, right? And then we show up to battle and it just gets captured and then boom, it's posted. Now like the network is activated, right? But part of that is like, networking, it's connecting, is what type of reputation do you want out there? What type of brand image do you want? What do you symbolize? What does your brand symbolize, right? So when it comes to like personal branding specifically, like that's what I learned a lot of my stuff from just before social media for personal branding because I had to. We had to make a name for ourselves. We had to get our reputation out there so that way we can get invited to battles. So that way we can pass the prelim rounds before worrying about everything else, right?
Or
There was
sponsorship, yeah.
a
Some
sponsorship. It
people.
wasn't that big back then, but sponsorship was there, right? But you had to really like crush it. So there was many like factors that I learned. But now moving on to social media in the era of social media and learning about, personal branding and marketing and everything, right? 2013 to 2015. And then really from 2015 to 2020, right? I got to learn from the top. I got to learn from someone who is basically they call him a legend online, right? And so that was my mentor for 2 years. I got to learn from him. So we would mastermind literally together because I was working for him. So it was in his favor to teach me whatever he wanted to teach me. So that way I can put it into his business and then boom, right? So that's why virality happened. That's where multiple millions of dollars happened. That's where thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people's lives have changed. Okay. I learned all this in that span. And then when I went off to my own, I built 5 years straight, 5 years, my personal brand online, right? And so, with that being said, there's a lot of lessons and a lot of mistakes that I made, but there's so many takeaways that I gained. And when it comes to you building your business now, especially with the use of personal branding, social media, right? There's proven ways to increase and elevate your marketing. Okay. It's a skill, right? But there's philosophy as well. And there's a lot of factors to it, but I just want to share like I guess a few tactics, okay? But do whatever you're doing already if it works for you, okay? If it's working for you, double down on what works. This is a marketing principle, okay? Double down on what works, cut out the rest. All right? If someone tells you, okay, if I tell you like, only focus on reels, because I know it works. And I know that that's the 20% that gets the 80 done. And someone else tells you don't only focus on reels. Like experiment for yourself, but at least do it all out. Okay? At least do it all out. And don't worry about committing to a schedule because life happens, but get organized, right? Get organized. And not only that, like when it comes to reels, like specifically, Okay, we have a reel that is 1.6 million right now. And oh yeah, I was gonna tell you this. This is probably the biggest takeaway that you'll get when it comes to marketing. But that reel is at like 1.6 million, and
Yeah, it's
it
converting.
yeah, it's converting into Instagram now. So the reason why we got a million views on that is because it hit Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. There's because Facebook owns Instagram and they're trying to activate like Facebook hard right now. Um, the Facebook Reels like popped off. Yeah, yeah, let's just show them.
1.638 million
Yeah.
views.
I don't know if you can see that or not,
There's on
but
Facebook, yeah.
yeah, so the Reels play is 1.6 million. Okay. That's good, but it's whatever. I don't care. Okay. What I personally care about as a marketer is, oh, did the creative work? Did the content work? And so 1.6 million, the answer is yes to me. But now here's the next step. Like, how do I monetize that? Right? Because right now, like, this is not essentially monetized, right?
Yeah.
We got a few leads from this, but like, if it hit Instagram, which it is now,
Yeah.
then the chances of conversion increases dramatically. Okay. So, with that being said, the beauty of this, the biggest takeaway I want you to get from here is that 1.6 million is nothing to me. What is everything to me is that the creative won. Okay. The content piece won. So moving forward for the rest of, let's just say the next like 3 years. Okay. I know that that content piece is going to perform.
Yeah.
Now, the next step is just here's the challenge. Like, how do we make it monetize? How do we monetize it? It's super easy. Okay. It's just putting copy on top of it and then reposting it. And that's it. That's here's a tactic for you. Okay. This is literally what works in social media. All right. And once you have that, then you have to continue to test. You have to continue to experiment. You have to continue to say, all right, what is the next experiment that I'm going to do so that way I can test it and then see what's up. And I'm going to share with you the formula that I used. And it's right here.
Take your notes, guys.
No, I'm gonna give you, I created it. It's free. It's a free PDF. It's this one right here. It's right here. Mapping your journey. Okay. It's this one. So I mean, I should make a marketing one specifically, but okay, mapping your journey. I'm just gonna share this real quick because this is part of how you create content. I don't know if this is interesting to you guys or not, if this will be helpful, but this is literally what I did. Okay. I said, number one, what's your goal? Okay. Our goal, because we're actively building Thrive now, right? We're actively intentionally focused on like, our goal is to get to 100K per month because it's cash flow, right? So actively building it, how can we maximize our time? Because we're super busy, but how can we maximize our time and energy to get results? Okay, because that's the only thing that matters is results, right?
Yeah.
Results is changing people's lives, getting people on Thrive, having fun, enjoying the process, being able to enjoy the journey, everything in between. All right. That's what I mean by results.
It's our fun job.
It's our fun job. Yeah, Thrive is our fun job. So,
fun business.
but for me, as a business strategist and a marketer, it's like, all right, how can we maximize this? So that was my goal, right? My goal was, all right, I'm going to focus on Reels. So because I'm focusing on Reels, how can I maximize the views? Because views is all that matters. It doesn't matter about your followers. Like that's secondary. The number one priority, in my opinion, is views. Okay. Because views gets like the traffic in. So that was our goal. Number two, what research do you need to do? Okay. What research do you need to do? Well, for me, like I don't really, I've already put in the work. Okay. So I don't really have to do that much research. But if you're just starting out, yes, research, like learn, get your skill set up, and then from there, like go after it. Right. But for me, like the research that I did was just my experience. So I like looked back at my experience. I'm like, all right, like how can I make a content piece? Like how can I make content campaigns that will work? And what am I testing for? Okay. So then from there, I did that. Step number three, how do you think you'll get there? Okay. Remember what I said. If you can see it, then it can be done. If you can see it, then it's possible. So that's step number three. Like, how do you think you'll get there? What are the steps you're going to take to get you to that goal? For me, like I already knew our steps. I already knew I'm accounting for myself, right? This is specific to us. We're super busy. And when we're creating content, like for me, Like the way I create content is lifestyle. Like that's just how I like to create content. I personally don't like to sit in front of the camera and like do the talking head videos. Like I just don't like it. But it works for sure. It hella works. But do what's working for you, okay? Number four, what action do you want to test? Okay. That question, what action do you want to test, is just what are you experimenting with? Okay. How many experiments are you doing? For us, everything that we're posting is all just an experiment. It's all just content that we're just posting because we want to, right? There's no like necessarily like me thinking so much about it. Like I already know what's gonna work for us, so that's why we just do it, right? But it's experimenting. We're just experimenting and not being attached to it. We're just experimenting, putting it out to the universe, letting it go. I'm not looking at the views for vanity. I'm looking at it for testing, for data.
Data.
Yeah, I'm looking to see like, all right, like, what is this doing? What is this doing? Is this improving? Is this helping someone? All these things. And then number five, what actually happened after you did it? Okay. So after we did it, it got to 1 million views in like 4 to 5 days, right? So I was like, oh, okay, great. But then I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh man, it only hit Facebook.
Yeah.
So that means that the chances of it
Mm-hmm.
converting is kind of low, which is
Yeah.
okay because guess what? It's 1 million views. That shows me that the test that we did won. Okay. It's a winning creative. Now the next challenge is, number six, repeat number four until you reach your goal. So number four is what action do you want to test? Like what experiment do you need to test next? Because the goal hasn't changed, right? The goal hasn't changed. It's still the same goal. How can we get more views? How can we get more views? Like, what's going to get us more views? All right, here are the steps we're going to take. Here are the experiments we're going to do. Here are the next tests that we're going to take, right? The challenge for that one is we hit the goal, but it didn't monetize. So I go back. I go back in. I'm like, all right, what do I need to do next? What action do I need to take next so that way it actually hits the goal that we want, which is views plus conversion, views plus monetization,
Mm-hmm.
views plus more people getting started with Thrive,
Yeah.
right? Specifically for that. So that is the whole thing right here. This is very similar to the scientific method because this is the scientific method, okay? It's just 5 steps, not 7. But that's the scientific method. I learned this from a multimillionaire mentor. My multimillionaire mentor taught me this. He literally said, most people in life, they forget about the fundamental principles of science. They forget about the fundamental principles of the scientific method. Guess what? I learned this from someone who's like crushing it, right? So it's not from me, it's from them. And I'm just sharing that wisdom to you or whoever's going to take action on it. This right here, like if you want to use this, like it's just get it. It's free. Okay, it'll be sent to you and boom, it's done. I forgot the trigger word for that, but I'll post it in my stories and then you can get it. But with that being said, like use whatever tools it's gonna help you like accomplish your goals. This is specific. I'm talking specifically about marketing though, because this is where the momentum happens, right? If you want to create momentum, marketing is where it's at. The only job that we have right now, especially in Thrive, is marketing. It's marketing, okay? It's how can you elevate your marketing game? How can you skyrocket your marketing results? Because when you have 1 million people looking at you, looking at your profile, checking what you're doing, seeing what you're posting, all these things, how many chances do you have to get someone to thrive? How many chances do you have to change someone's life? How many chances do you have to help someone get started? It's 1 million chances, right? And guess what? That was just one post. That took me 5 minutes to edit. We just posted it. We let go. We're like, all right, cool. What's next?
Yeah.
We're just having fun. We're just enjoying the process, right? And we're just doing what we didn't do before. Like Fire Hour season 1 and 2, we just didn't market ourselves, and we were building our relationship at the time, we're acquiring a business, starting nonprofit, doing all those other things, like having our family, building our family, right? Now it's time for us to just boom, 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 like get after it and let's go,
Twice.
And we've had a lot of things happening in our life, but everyone's busy. Like you all have things happening in your life that we don't know behind closed doors. We don't need to know. But everyone's going through their journey, and that's the beauty of it. Like that's why I say, like it's what she always tells me. It's about the journey, not the destination. So marketing, again, okay, big takeaway when it comes to marketing is test everything. and experiment faster. And when you find, like what we did, when you find a winning creative, double down on it. A piece, a content piece that gets views, okay, gets absurd amount of views, right? That means that that creative has won. If you're able to do that for yourself, I guarantee, okay, marketers never should never guarantee, but this is a proven strategy, like or proven tactic, but I guarantee that you'll monetize it as long as you have a good monetization plan for it. Okay. Our monetization plan is Thrive, right? The next thing that you're going to see us do with that same creative, that same content piece that we did that got 1 million views, I'm literally going to create the monetization strategy and the copy for it, and I'm going to repost it. And, I'm just going to see what happens. Right. And then if it gets 1 million views again, that's cool. But what I'm looking for, the goal is who's getting started on Thrive now.
Conversion.
Yeah, it's conversion. It's who is getting started with us, who is thriving. Okay. So that's the big takeaway. And like literally, if you just double down on that one strategy, you just double down on that one tactic, like create content, experiment, see what wins, double down on that, create the monetization plan, structure it out properly. If you can automate the process, which I did, automate it for yourself. And then from there, boom, you got it. Okay. But that's just one thing. There's a list of tactics that we can do, but it just depends on like what people need help with. Okay. It just depends on what is the one thing that if it changed in your life, if you got that problem solved, it would make the biggest difference in your life, in your business life. Okay. In your business. What's that one thing? What is that one question? Okay. I encourage everyone, if you have questions, like ask your team. If you have questions, ask on the Zoom calls. If you have questions, ask from the people who like are doing it. Ask from the ones that have the answers. Okay. Find the answer. Seek and you shall find, right? So find those answers.
Yeah.
Like don't just stop at, oh, I wonder what if. I wonder if this is gonna happen. Like test it out. Okay. Use it. Use the mapping your journey, like worksheet. And from there, like just follow it to the T and don't deviate from the process, right? Don't deviate from the proven roadmap, the blueprint. Like do not deviate from that because it's a proven blueprint for a reason. It's a system. Okay, it's a system for a reason. So I encourage everyone to follow it. And from there, like go all out, take all out, massive, relentless action. And then if it doesn't work, then ask yourself, all right, what's happening? And I'm going to give you the time frame, okay? Because I don't want to just tell you to do it and then you do it for 10 years and it's not working. So May 1st is today, right? 30 days, 30-day run. Every start of the month is the 30-day run challenge. Okay, it's your new 30-day run. It's your new 30-day run. It's all here. Okay, 30-day run challenge. From the moment that you start, which is today, right? 7 a.m. now over here in our time. Guess what? You have 10 more hours today to crush it, to dominate, to experiment on one new thing, to just test one different thing today. Okay. I'm literally going to be testing one new thing today on my Instagram. And if you see it, and you see it, but I hope it works and we'll see. But guess what? You have the capability and the ability and the power and the vehicle and the platform and everything in your hands. Okay. It's called your phone. It's literally called your phone. Use it. Use it and your mind. Okay. Your mindset. And you have the community. You have so many things, right? You have so many things. But like, who's going to win next? Who can you help next? Who's that next person's life that you're going to touch, inspire, and move, right? Touch, inspire, and motivate. Touch, inspire, and make it happen. All right. So if you guys have questions, like let's, ask them and we'll make it happen. But next week is, what's the date next week? I don't have my calendar. Next week, May 8th. Ooh, okay. 8 is money. 8 is money. All right. So May 8th, right? From today, moving on to the next week, to next Fire Hour episode, what is one experiment that you're going to test? What is one marketing experiment that you're going to test? Okay. From now until next week. And on next week's call, I'll talk about one system that I learned from a multimillionaire who was part of the company. Okay. In the company I was working with. And he talked about how he experimented. My mentor and him, they're partners. They spent over $1 billion in marketing. Okay. So I learned this from them. So we're going to go over that next week on next week's episode. But if you have questions for marketing, all right, make a list and ask it on the next episode.
Yeah.
And experiment with one new thing at least from today to the next episode, okay? Because marketing is where it's at. Marketing will help you get people on Thrive. Marketing will create momentum for you. Go hard on marketing. That's all it is. MOS, marketing operations scale. MOS, marketing operations scale. Elevate your marketing, it's going to elevate your operations. It's going to destroy operations, which is a good thing because your operation is expanding and growing. It's accumulating time and energy, right? You're talking to more people, you're talking to more thrivers, getting people on Thrive. That's operations. Scale is the result. Okay? Elevate your marketing game. Get really master marketing. Crush it in marketing. Experiment harder in marketing. Experiment faster in marketing. Get your content out there faster, right? And then from there, if you want to, okay? Then operations. You'll know that your marketing is working because your operations, the people that you're talking to in Thrive, the people that are getting started with you in Thrive, there's more people asking you about Thrive. You know that your marketing is working because your operations is growing. Natural result is what everyone's doing right now, is what everyone's experiencing right now, is winning, is momentum, is rank advancements, it's achieving bonuses, is unlocking lifestyle getaways. It's getting more people inspired, fired up, and hungry for their success, going after their goals, making it possible for the next person. Okay? Everyone here is a leader. Everyone here is an influencer. Everyone here is a game changer. I know for a fact 100% that you're not here for no reason. Everyone here, you can make it happen. You will change someone's life. I guarantee it. If not anyone else but yours, right? I guarantee. As long as you stick and stay, stick on your journey, stay on your journey, envision and dream bigger. Get yourself committed to the next event. Each event, Zoom calls, Fire Hour is an event. Get yourself to the next Fire Hour. Get someone new to the next Fire Hour. Get someone who's hungry for success, who wants it, right? By action, showing action, right? People can talk all they want, but if they're not taking the actions, then the talk is cheap. Let them show you what they want by them taking action, okay? I hope this was helpful. Again, the creative, look for that one content piece that's going to win and keep on going. Don't beat yourself up on it. Mindset matters. Continue to move the needle forward. You guys are crushing it. All right. Everyone here is a winner. You guys have what it takes. Just give it all that you've got. It's game over.
Yes, Joanna and Sarah are doing a booth in Brea in 2 weeks. I'll probably see you guys out there. There's something that's up in the air right now for our nonprofit that we might have to go to, but if we don't do that, I will probably see you guys. That is an event, right? Doing vendor events, doing booths, doing Thrive and Mingles, locals, just getting together and being around that energy. And what I also wanted to add about marketing, like it's great to market on social media. It's great to get really, really good at it. That's how you leverage your time, your money, and your energy, right? But also, we are also in person with people every single day. Never underestimate the power of belly to belly, right? Like in the beginning, that is how I started, right? Before I knew social media that much, but I was using social media as a tool to leverage myself, but I was still doing whatever I could, right? And so belly to belly, I was literally driving to people, handing them samples. If I was out with a friend, I was talking about it. And so people will feel your energy. They will see your passion and they'll be like, you know what? Like, I'm going to just support you. You're very passionate about this, or give me a sample. So market yourself in person, online, anywhere and everywhere you go. Like you are your biggest advertisement, like your energy, your positivity, what you radiate and how you feel, that energy will transfer to others. So if you're excited, other people might not know why they should be excited, but they just feel excited just because you're excited. So marketing in person is just as important as online. Online just helps you leverage a lot quicker, right? Do you want 100 to 200 people looking at your stuff in your network, or like, one by one? Do both, right?
Yeah, do both, 100%. If in an ideal world, if you can market everywhere, just like the big corporates do, like that would be the best, right? So that's the goal. Like get to that place where you're able to invest back into your marketing efforts, right? And then from there, like see like momentum happen even more. It's gonna be freaking crazy.
So May 11th in Brea, if you guys are local or in the area, you want to check out a vendor or a booth event and how it goes and how to set one up, talk to Ruby. Ruby, Sarah, Joanna. Joanna's flying down from the Bay Area to help Sarah out, and Ruby's going to be there. I have banners, Ruby. So if you guys want to see how it goes, you guys just want to hang out with other Thrivers and experience what it's like to do a booth event or see how they set things up, get yourselves there, right? May 11th, we're always doing something. So
That's dope.
yep.
That's
And
really
then
good.
Verge says, don't let the fire die inside you. When you learn something, like take it into action, like move, move, move. And also have a detachment from your emotions to that action and the results, right? Like if it didn't work, it's okay. What didn't work? Figure it out, right? But don't get in your head and think that, oh, okay, well, I just tried it once and it didn't work. No, sometimes people have to try 10,000 times. I mean, if they don't try over 10,000 times, we wouldn't have electricity, right? So,
Exactly.
yes, the power of multiple thrivers in one place is fire. Yes, be optimistic. Okay.
Yeah,
We
100%.
love you guys so much. It's 7:12. Got to get our kids.
Yeah, Verge, I see it. Like your experiment for marketing. All right, this week. Do a live or a post highlighting star ingredients from a Thrive product I love. And that aligns directly with your brand,
Yeah,
your personal
your
brand, right?
scientist.
Yeah, 100%. Verge the scientist. I'm so happy that you took action on that.
I
Like,
love the name. It's very catchy. It's super catchy.
yeah, it's freaking fire. You're gonna crush it. So just have fun, okay? Enjoy the process. Let's get it. Dominate your day. Make it happen. We will see you next episode. All
Love
right.
you guys.
Love you all.
See you. Bye.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, peace out.
That is good. That is good. That is good. I loved your marketing stuff.